Welcome back, everybody. Kenny Smyson here. I do dedicate my channel to Bethesda content, currently Starfield, of course. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I've got all kinds of playlists going for you guys. I've got ship build videos. I've got the Starfield Report podcast with my friend Jax, quick tip videos. But my favorite playlist, maybe I'm biased, it's my Habs Showroom series. And for you shipbuilders that, like me, that love making ships, but it gets annoying when you don't know what's exactly inside of a Hab, or more specifically, what happens if you put a window or a door in a certain area? What is it going to take away from you? Well, that's what the Hab Showroom series is for. I explore every Hab in the game, as well as what happens if you put windows and doors on all four sides of the Hab, just to see what you're going to lose, right? That's pretty important to know. So today we're going to go ahead and add another video into that series, although we're not going to really be exploring the internals too much. We're going to be doing a double-decker tutorial. Now, I've already done a double-decker Hab showroom proper where I do walk through all 5 of the double-deckers, and I've also done a video for all of the Terra Armada ship parts, which of course includes engine, structure, that equipment and whatnot. Although I did forget to include the cargo. I didn't see that in the list when I first scrolled through the cargo list. So somebody did point that out to me. But in any event, we're going to go ahead and hop into this double-decker tutorial today. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off looking at 2 main things. One is what happens with ladders and doors when you place Habs around double-deckers. And then we're going to look at just some different ways you can set up your stairs, your double-deckers, to have the stairs kind of flow in a good system. So up front here, or up first, there's going to be 3 different ways we'll look at the Hab placement. The first we'll call aligned, and that's when you have a double-decker with Habs attached where the Habs are both aligned with the double-decker, right? So they're not coming where both doors are attached, is what I'm saying, right? Then we'll look at the staggered, and that's where you have the front of one Hab attached to the back of the double-decker, or vice versa. And of course, double stacked as well. And then we'll look at the mixed, and this is when you're going to have on the bottom level you'll have a 2 staggered, but then on the top you'll have aligned, and on the other side you have the aligned one on the bottom and the staggered up top. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. We'll start off with the aligned. And here we are in the front of the, let's see, this is the A Hab, and the way you know it's A or F is A. Think of the word aft. If you're on the bottom level going forward, the stairs are going to go up in the A. If you're in the F variant, the stairs are going to go up as you go forward in the ship. So A is for going aft in the ship as you go up. F is for going forward as you go into the ship. As you can see, we have all doors all the way around on both levels. Basically, that seems to be how the game is coded. If you have a double-decker and a Hab connected to it, that door is guaranteed to be open. Now, in these 2 stacked Habs up here, we don't have a ladder. Over here in this Hab, we do have a ladder going up to the next floor. No second ladder. I've never seen that happen, at least, so you can at least count on that. No ladder in this Hab, and surprisingly, no ladder in this one going up to the top level. So and for going downstairs, the only ladder is here at the back of the Hab, which is nice because that would really suck to have a ladder down here at the bottom of the stairwell. So I would like to think that they always have that set up where if there's a Hab below, it's always going to be in the back, assuming that it's the same Hab with both access points connecting. So as we look upstairs, you have the ladder right here. And again, it's a nice touch that the ladder is up on the front here and not on the back. Because if it was on the back, it would be basically, let's see, it'd be like right here, right where that little red triangle is. So you would be able to navigate around it. I have seen some of my ships have that when I was kind of playing around with it. But ideally, I almost always recommend having the F one, depending on which direction you want the stairs. If you have the F one though, and you have something above it, try to situate it so the hatch point is only here on that Hab, because then that way it guarantees that that ladder is going to be right up against the railing that would be here. So it's less intrusive that way. Next up, we're looking at the staggered. So we have Habs on the front and back off the sides of each of the double deckers, right? So, and as you can see in this one, no ladder there. We're gonna head up front here. Once again, no ladder. Cross over here into these side ones. And you'll notice they don't have a door connecting them here, which is critical, right? You would not want a door there. No ladder here. And let's see, no ladder here. Awesome. And this is literally the first time I've ever walked through that. So this is good news. If that means that every time you have staggered halves off of a double decker, that's going to be your ideal way to go. It will prevent you from having ladders, hopefully. And you also don't have any doors. Oh, let's double check this side. Make sure there's no door here. Oh, perfect. So literally in this case, this is the most ideal way then to place Habs off of a double decker. We have 2 Habs going forward and 2 Habs going back on either side. And now we're going to look at the mixed, where one side will have a staggered up top, but aligned on the bottom and vice versa. So here we have the aligned one on the bottom. This is the computer core, or sorry, the captain's quarters. And you don't have a ladder here. Nice, good to know, good to know. We're going to head into this hab here, and we don't have a door connecting to the hab in the back, which is nice. We also don't have a ladder. And let's see if we have a ladder back here. No. Well, that's fantastic news. So also you can mix them, or you have them staggered. Or like staggered, staggered on one on top or bottom, and then vice versa. Okay, that's good to know. So now we're going to look at the 3x1 double decker, pretty much in the same setup, completely surrounded like this with aligned Habs, also staggered. Now this is going to be interesting because the staggered, in order to have the attached Habs connected, I ended up not going with the 3x1 because I wanted to see what happens if you do have 2 doors that are probably going to be open here as well as here. Will it actually have one of these doors closed? I doubt it. They'll probably all be open, which I'm fine with actually. If we just know, yep, the doors are always going to be open on a double decker. If there's a hab attached, then awesome. And then of course here's the mixed. Now this one will be very interesting because similar to the staggered, you're going to have the doors in different positions along this side, but we're going to find out what happens now. So we are in the front of the 3x1 here. This is where the ladder is to go downstairs. And let's see, we do not have a ladder in that front hab setup. We do have one here in the back, so that's kind of staying with the consistency where you have a ladder if the 2 habs are aligned. Let's see, we do not have one in the back here. And on this side, we don't have one. That's okay, that's interesting. So it seems that it's possible you won't have a ladder. We already know we don't have ladders in those. So, and then now the ladder was placed here right in the middle. On one of my ships, I have my docker directly above the double decker right here in the middle. It's actually a nice little out of the way but yet central location to have it. Okay, good to know. And of course, yeah, we already know there's no ladder back there. So it is possible to have 2 aligned Habs on the 3x1 with no ladder, which indicates that it might be possible to have it without a ladder on a 2x1 if you have the right combination of Habs, if they're aligned. Although, quick note, the thought did occur to me. When you have these Nova Galactic cross passages, they never have doors on them, which is convenient if you're looking to do it. Now, I've got 2 of them here, so that's why it seems a bit longer than usual. But that might be part of the reason we don't have a ladder on this side, right? That could be a reason. But the ladder was there right on the 2x1s anyways. So again, it's an art, not a science. So now we're going to look at the 3x1 staggered. And okay, we do not have a door connecting the tabs there, which is good. Oh, and let's see. Well, obviously no ladder because this is the front. But let's see, we've got 2 doors here on the front and the back. And do we have a ladder? Nope. Good to know. Okay, so that seems consistent. And no ladder here. And do we have a ladder back here? Does not look like it. No, we do not. Okay. So that's good to know that it seems to be consistent where if you have the staggered Habs, you're not going to have ladders, which of course they would be in the back ones here, right? So you can safely, seemingly safely have Habs where you have them connected staggered off the side, and then you have the aligned one, which this one technically is aligned to the side of the 3x1, and you're not going to have a ladder. And finally, we are in the mixed one, right? So we have, let's see, they're staggered. So this one goes forward away from the rest of the 3x1 double-decker. But this one back here will have both doors attached, and we do not have a ladder in it. And let's double check this side. So we have captain's quarters. Yep, no ladder here. And then we also have the upstairs where, well, obviously we already know we don't have a ladder there. So that's good to know. If you have staggered Habs, it looks like you're not going to have ladders, as well as a mixed setup in the 3x1 here. And lastly, we're going to look at the 2x2 double-deckers to see what this looks like. Now, it'll be interesting because we have a lot more depth to these Habs. Is it going to go ahead and throw a ladder in here? Like on this far side of it? Maybe, maybe not. I could see that being useful. So again, we're going to look at the aligned, the staggered, and again, this will be interesting to see if we have doors here, and then the mixed, where you have a aligned one on top and a staggered on the bottom, and vice versa. This is the back of the double-decker here, and we're going to head into the rear, where we have 2 doors, and we do have a ladder. So that seems to be consistent with the aligned Habs on this side. You're still going to have a ladder in there. Let's double check here. Yep, oh no, that's not a ladder. Do we have one up here? No, we don't have one. Although again, having these Nova Glac passages right there might be playing a factor, because those never have doors connected to them, and it could be throwing something off with the ladders. Heading on into the front here in this brig, and no ladder there. Okay, so it is possible to not have a ladder. Let's go ahead and head upstairs and see how our doors are placed. Yep, all 4 doors are open there on the front and the back. So, or all 8, I should say. Once again, let's see, we're starting off in the back of the Hab here. So we're going to go into the control room. And now, unfortunately, though, because it's the 2x2, we couldn't stagger these, but this Hab did not have any ladders. It's aligned off the back. These are staggered. Here's the brig, and we do not have a ladder in there. Heading up to the front, we are going to be in another brig. But let's see, moment of truth, no ladder. Good, 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 good. And no ladder here. Awesome. And of course, we'll just double check upstairs to be thorough, see if all of our doors are placed. Yes. We got a door there. Door there, door there. Door there, door there. Door there, door there. Okay, so staggered seems to be the way to go. And let's, show you that again real quick here. It's this section up front, or towards the rear, middle of the ship, I should say. So when you have the Habs all staggered like that, where they, the front of the Hab comes off the back of the double-decker, you're not going to have any ladders in your ship, it seems. That's good to know. And finally, we're looking at the mixed, right? So I did not, because of the mixed setup with the 2x2s, they would have overlapped on from the fore and aft to the side one. So I don't have any fore aft Habs on it. We're just looking at the sides here. So we are going to go into the aligned cargo hold on the bottom. We have no ladders going to the 2 Habs up top, although we do have a tree. We have a tree. Probably sticking through my my landing pad out there. All right, heading over here into, this is the staggered, right? Yep, this is the staggered front on the bottom left side, and we are going to go into the staggered back on the bottom left side, and no ladder. Good to know, good to know. Let's go ahead and head on upstairs and double check it there. And obviously we already know we don't have ladders, so, but we do have all 4 doors. Yep. Excellent. So let's recap this real quick. You're going to have doors on every single possible combination of a hab connecting to a double-decker. It's always going to create a door, even if that means you're going to have 2 doors going from the double-decker into the same hab. As far as ladders go, if you have the aligned habs, you're always going to have a ladder in the adjacent habs off of a double-decker. If you stagger the habs, you're not going to have a ladder. And if you have them mixed, where you have them aligned and staggered, you're also not going to have a ladder. Obviously, as always, these are subject to change, and you never know what kind of weird combination of habs could trigger a ladder or a door. So always keep that in mind when you're doing these ship builds. Next up, we're going to look at different ways to lay out the habs for optimal flow with your stairs. So now we're going to look at the different combinations of laying out the stairs for a decent flow in the ship. And the first one I like to call the spiral staircase. So as you can imagine, if you're on the bottom of the F and you start going up the stairs towards the front of the ship or forward, you'll come out up here, and if you go into the A directly to the left, the staircase goes backwards, right, or aft. So then you're just going to be able to go up to the next floor, and then rinse and repeat. You go over into the F, and you're going to go from the bottom of the F up to the A. And you can make this as tall as you want, and it's going to continue that pattern. Now, keep in mind, if you have if you want this in the center of your ship, that would make your ship even number width, which means none of the cockpits or bridges would be centered. So if you really wanted the symmetry, you'd want to just make sure to put some 2x1s on the side here in some capacity. And usually you'd want the taller, the higher count one right in the middle of the ship, just so you have the option to kind of taper it down off the side if you want. So let's show you this spiral staircase real quick here. Now, unfortunately, there's a ladder up there going into the double decker above it. The one time I've done this in the shipbuilder so far on an actual ship that it ended up scrapping, there was no ladders right there. So maybe it was because I had habs coming off the side of it. That might be what caused it. But anyways, when you come up the ladder here, you go left from the F into the A hab. And there's your staircase going up backwards or aft into this double decker. And once again, now we're going up. So it's a little frustrating that we have this ladder placed here. It's not the end of the world in these habs. My main concern would be not having a ladder in, obviously the functional habs that you have going on, your 2x1s and your 3x1s and whatnot. So not the end of the world. Next up, we're going to look at the 3x1 if you want the stairs to continue in one continuous loop. And this would, of course, apply to a 2x1. But in any event, the bottom of the stairs is the middle of the double decker 3x1. And the stairs are going to go up as you go aft or forward. And then if you have on the back, if you have the A, you're going to continue aft until you're way up that would be the third floor of the ship technically, towards the rear of it. And of course in the F, you're going to continue up until you're in the third floor up top here. Now, the downside to that is with the vanilla game, you can only have an 80-meter long ship, which is 10 units in length, right? And so when you add this up, you got 2, 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So you're only going to have another 3 units of space to work with, which means if you're going to have much up top off of this setup, you would have to do a U-turn and come have a hab here, right? So you'd have to have something coming this way off of it, you're connecting at least. Well, yeah, you could technically have it connected here, but it would be a little weird to come up to the front of the staircase, and you would end up turning around to walk back this way. Now you can mitigate some of your length issues by starting with your 3x1 down here. You go up into the hab, but this is the A, so you would have to go to the front of the hab to turn around and walk up the staircase. Or of course you could go in to the back here, turn around, and then walk up the staircase. Now that would result, of course, in potentially having habs touching as you're in the middle of the ship. Say if you have habs on the side. So if you wanted that gap, what you could do is like throw a 1x1 right there, and then you could attach your a 2x1 off of that. But heck, you know, that would be interesting. Let me check this right now. What happens if you have? We're gonna do this real time. What happens if you have a 1x1? This will be interesting to see which doors are opened on that. So let's check that out real quick. Okay, so I am in the back of the 3x1 up top, and there's no ladder into the 1x1 above me. And when I go in here, there's a door into both habs, but there is no door connecting the hab on the side there. So it's going to force it to be off the double decker. Okay, so that's good news. It seems that if you have a double decker staggered off of another double decker to go to a third story, that you won't have any ladders at all in the combination between the double deckers and the habs above or below it. Okay, and I actually went ahead a step further here. I didn't bother. I don't want to waste your time showing it all, but I did this entire setup where I have all these 2x1s off the sides, and there's not a single ladder in this entire design. So if you have a ship where from the double decker below, you go fore and aft into additional double deckers to come up to the top, you're not going to have a single ladder in this setup. Now you will have, let's see. You will have doors from here, or no. On the second level of the ship, from this double decker and this double decker, the bottom of this one and the top of this one. So this level here, there is a door on both sides of this hab on the left. So I had a door there and there connecting. All three of these habs in a little loop, and did it on all four corners of the ship, front and back. But obviously up here with this 3x1 engineering bay, it did not do that. Now I did throw a full complement of habs down below, a 3x1 coming off of this, and then as well as on the 2x1s all around it. Now of course there was no stair there, so what happened was I had a ladder, let's see, yep, the ladder was right here. I went down into it, and then I did this little kind of detour back here, up here. Oh no, let's see, it went back here and then did a loop into this one, over to this one, over, and then over to this one, and then back into but yeah, that was a 3x1, so that was a dead end at that point. Okay, to recap that, if you're wanting to have no ladders in your design, make sure you stagger your 2x1s or your habs off of the double decker, so they're not aligned where you have two doors connecting it stacked. This guarantees seemingly that you're not going to have a single ladder on the ship. Gives you plenty to work with. For example, on this ship here, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have 12 2x1s all off of this right there. So you'd be able to have tons of stuff in a much smaller ship. And you will have, as far as your door placement, in the event that you have two double deckers, you're not going to have any doors connecting them unless you have the two double deckers connecting, where you'll go from the top level of one into the bottom level of the other into the hab, and you can do a little loop with the doors that way. So if there's any other things you guys have discovered while you've been working with these double deckers, please sound off in the comments below. Love to know your thoughts. And you're going to see me doing a lot of ship builds videos with these, testing the practicality of, say, a design like this, where you've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yes. So you got still 12, although you wouldn't technically need that, because this 3x1, unless you just want to have two different stairs going in it. But those are the double deckers there. So you see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 times 4, you've got 12 Habs there, and you also have 12 Habs in this one. So this one's just a little more compact in design. Well, folks, thanks for tuning into this video on the double-decker tutorials. If you have any questions, things you want me to test out, be sure to sound off in the comments below, and I'll play around with some stuff. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions on what you've done with double-decker Habs to have a good-looking ship, just let us know in the comments below. Or heck, even better yet, send in some feedback to starfieldreport@gmail.com, and we'll cover that on the podcast. Show some screenshots of your ships. Other than that, folks, take care. I will see you in the Starfield.
This never gets old. Lift off.